Hello, and welcome to my Capstone presentation. My name is John Fricks, and I am a candidate in the Instructional Technology Master's Program at Kennesaw State University. I currently teach Algebra 1 in the Freshman Academy at Rome High School. I have the privilege of teaching both honors algebra and regular algebra to some great students who love using technology in the classroom. The title of my project is Developing Instructional Technology Teams to Promote Higher Learning. Throughout the year, I've had the opportunity to implement technology teams here at Rome High School that we call the Rome Chrome Squad, so that teachers could further their understanding of technology and how to use technology in the classrooms. When I started my Capstone project, I first identified several problems that Rome High School had in their technology usage for one-to-one Chromebooks. The first problem I found was the professional learning that was being provided for teachers did not prepare them for implementing the Chromebooks in their classroom. The second problem was information about new technologies was not being continually passed down to teachers. And third, teachers were failing to collaborate effectively during school day. And this was causing issues for technology integration throughout our school. Our school improvement plan was developed at the beginning of the year, and I served on the school leadership team, so I had a part in developing our school improvement plan and knew that this needed to be connected to what we did in our technology team. In our school improvement plan, we made sure that both ELA, math, social studies, and science all made sure that our students were passing the EOC by a percentage of 3% and increasing their scores to meet our school improvement plan. This is important because we wanted to make sure that how we implemented our technology teams affected that 3%, and in creating our technology plan for the school, we knew this needed to be a primary goal to be successful at the end of the year. We wanted to focus on content mastery, progress, closing gaps, and the readiness for our students so that all four of those areas could be improved on to help improve our overall CCRPI score for our school in 2018. So using this model, we were able to identify the areas we could impact and find ways to increase our scores overall at the school. We also looked at some data that told us some information about students with disabilities and English learners here at our school, and we noticed some areas that we needed to improve on. The green section here for the SWD students talked about 65% of those students scoring only beginner on the EOC. For EL, that percentage was much greater at 75.9%. Here we know that we need to make sure we're increasing our students' achievement levels and pushing those levels to be successful in all classes. Technology is a great way to help impact these scores and make sure we're doing everything we can for our students to be successful in the classroom. My Capstone project plan was basically focusing on two different things. So the plan for my Capstone project involved implementing the Rome Chrome Squad, which was our technology team here at the high school, and starting a professional learning network for teachers to improve communication and collaboration. And this was done through several different means of data collection and analyzing data to make sure that what we implemented would be successful for our school. The major goals we focused on in our technology plan for our high school was basically divided up into three main goals. The first goal was to further expand the use of technology to personalized student learning. And this followed some of the ITSE standards that were discussed both at the ITEC conference and several other things we had read that encourage personalized learning for students. Goal number 2 was to enhance the focus of technology to include the 4 C's of learning: critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. Those goals would be our main driving focus for everything we implemented with Rome Chrome Squad. Goal 3 was to improve students' understanding of human, cultural, and societal issues related to technology and their ability to practice legal and ethical behaviors online. So Digital citizenship was also another goal that we wanted to make sure we hit and provided for students throughout the year. The evaluation plan for us, we made sure that teachers have completed evaluations for the Rome's Chrome Squad program throughout the school year. And during the first year of Rome's Chrome Squad, the surveys have measured participants' level of understanding for technology tools and their uses in the classroom, participants' ability to implement the tools into their classroom environment, RCS's in strengths and weaknesses for making colleagues aware of technology tools being used in the classroom, level of support from technology coach at that point in the school year, the interest in continuing monthly professional learning sessions on technology implementation, and the overall successfulness and usefulness of the program in the school. This evaluation plan allowed us to go back and determine where we were being successful as a team, but also determine what we could do to strengthen our understanding throughout the year. The description of the Capstone experience was divided up into the goals and the needs. The goals for my Capstone experience was focusing on the development and the implementation of the Rome Chrome Squad. I also wanted to focus on developing a means to share new technologies with the entire faculty and staff to improve teaching and learning. The need, after desegregating the data, the school leadership team felt like our school needed to improve on implementation of technology and increasing EOC scores by 3%. The result from the Capstone experience showed that technology was implemented with the staff on a monthly basis during faculty meetings. Once the information was shared out to faculty meetings, the RCS, or Rome Chrome Squad, was in charge of making sure questions were answered during planning periods. Each person from the Rome Chrome Squad is encouraged to use modeling and co-teaching to help implement the technology discussed in the faculty meetings. Here's some data that we collected on one of our implementation days where we actually sat down with the faculty and we discussed some Google tools that they could use to be successful in the classroom. This was actually used to help us create our Google presentation for our teachers on the day we actually presented Google tools to them. Some of the high needs areas that we determined was Google Keep, Google Hangouts, and Google Voice. This was something that all of our teachers were interested in learning about. Therefore, we geared our Google training to these three areas so that our teachers would feel confident and know how to use Google tools to be successful in the classroom. The results from our Capstone experience showed that the PLN, or Professional Learning Network, was established throughout careful planning and understanding of the school's faculty and resources. To determine the best social media outlets, the Rome Chrome Squad provided the staff with a technology survey to determine how they use the internet and what social media outlets they were most accustomed to using. The results showed that Facebook was the most popular online tool, but most of the school was open to learning a new form of social media as well. Here are the results from that survey. You can tell up at the top we have select one social media outlet that you would use most often, with Facebook being the huge favorite at 57.6%. The next question said, would you be open to learning how to use a different social media outlet to help improve as a classroom teacher? And 82.4% said yes to this, and they felt like they could learn a new tool to help them become more successful with using technology. Facebook and Twitter were picked for the Rome High School PLN. Training was provided on Twitter, and teachers created Twitter accounts. Professional learning networks were also created for vertical alignment training to open communication and collaboration between high schools and middle school teachers. This PLN was created using Google Classroom, since all teachers use Google Classroom and felt very comfortable using this tool to communicate. Reflecting on the experience, during the Capstone, I spent a majority of my time learning how to facilitate technology from a leadership role within the school. I stepped into a role of facilitator when I started presenting technology at every faculty meeting and helping our Roam Chrome squad develop all together. With the creation of the Roam Chrome squad, I had to take an immediate role in leading technology meetings with our team. I had the opportunity to work with a few different teachers using the co-teaching model as well. During this time, I could model lessons for teachers and come back to their classrooms later to observe how implementation had gone. Then we could make those small tweaks to help ensure that implementation of the technology tool was successful and that the teachers had all their questions answered and knew exactly what was going to happen when a certain situation arose using the technology tool. The areas of knowledge, skill, and disposition were developed through my Capstone experience as I experienced growth as a leader and facilitator of technology. PSC standards 5.2, 5.3, and 3.7 were all huge areas for me in developing myself for professional learning, program evaluation, and making sure collaboration and communication was being done throughout our school. I feel like these areas were easy to target because professional learning was done throughout all my Capstone. I made sure that I was presenting to everyone, made sure that they were understanding what was going on, and strengthened their implementation of technology throughout the entire process. Program evaluation was done to make sure that our RCS, or Roam Chrome Squad, was being useful in implementing technology here at the school. And then collaboration and communication was a strong area as well, because we had to learn how to communicate effectively with the entire team and make sure our goals were being met in the Roam Chrome Squad. A few words from the whys, just some areas of reflection. For anyone attempting to provide their school with a similar need, I would offer several recommendations that would help them implement a technology team at their school. First, I believe the person developing the team needs to be aware of the current reality of the school's technology. Another recommendation would be to have several different personality types on your team. Make sure you go after people from different departments. That way they can go back to their department and help them understand how to use technology tools once you have presented to the to your technology team, in my case the Roam Chrome Squad. Developing and implementing a technology team can be a lot of work, but a school can be greatly impacted by the technology team if the team has led correctly and tools are presented with correct modeling. This experience has defined my views as a teacher and has made me a more involved person within the school's leadership. Here are just a few of the areas where I did some research and copyright acknowledgments for all those that helped me throughout this Capstone project. Thank you for listening, and I appreciate everything that you guys appreciate the time you've taken to listen to this. I hope that what I've done in my Capstone project has affected my school and allowed everyone to gain a better understanding of what goes on here at Rome High School. If you ever have any questions or concerns, feel free to email me at johnthomasfricks@gmail.com or follow me on Twitter at jfricks10, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have concerning my implementation of technology teams here at Rome High School. Thanks for listening, and have a good night.